And with that, we're underway here for the second home game of the semester as your Eagles take on the Stockton Ospreys. Eagles coming off a big win, 70-56 over Salisbury in their home opener on Tuesday, and looking to build on that against the 2-1 Ospreys of Stockton. Here's Nick Mate on the baseline, looking for Arquise Claiborne. Had a great night on Tuesday, and he gets fouled going to the hoop. So a good start here. Going to the line is Arquise Claiborne. Arquise had 21 points, 5 rebounds in that win over Salisbury. A couple of big threes late in the first half of that game to help the Eagles sort of take control of that contest. And boy, he has been very good here in the early part of the season. Arquise Claiborne has averaging 15.4 points per game, 4 rebounds. He's also got 4 blocks and 5 steals, and he scored 77, now 78 points. Oh, we didn't hit that one, I'm sorry. Still 77 points, the second leading scorer on this Eastern team, under Zubair Lee, who's got 17.4. Eastern going with their usual 5. Is Mate, Onyeka, Sherman, Claiborne, and Zubair Lee. Hits the second one, now 1-0 Eastern here in the early going. For the Ospreys, it is E.J. Matthew Spratley, number 0. Number 1, Tavon Gaither. Number 2, DJ German, is that is a turnover for the Ospreys. Number 3, Eric Campbell, and number 20, Chris Armstrong Thomas in the game as well for the Ospreys. 1-0 Eastern, and they get an early turnover. And they'll have the ball back on their end of the floor. Jerron Sherman, the sophomore from Saginaw, Michigan, will inbound. Gets it over to Sherman. Sherman swings to Mate. Mate had 6 points in that win over Salisbury. Here's Elise Onyeka, who's leading the league in blocks. By league, I mean the entire Division III. 24 blocks coming tonight. He had 2 big ones on Tuesday. Misses that shot. Here comes Stockton. Here's Armstrong Thomas up, no good. Reed gets his own miss. Puts it up. Off the mark again. There's Arquise Claiborne with his first rebound. Gets it over to Mate. Mate inside to Zubair Lee. Loses the ball, and it'll stay with Eastern. Zoo had a double-double on Tuesday, 16 points, 11 rebounds. He's having a good season here. Again, Zubair, a first-team all-conference forward a season ago, Defensive Player of the Year in the MAC Commonwealth. He's averaging 17.2 points, 8.8 rebounds per game. He's got 4 steals and just 1 block on the season so far. That'll probably go up, shooting 45% from the floor here so far. Here's Sherman with the ball. He's guarded there by Sherman puts it up, and it's good. Jerron Sherman, nice shot from the foul line, and it's 3-0 Eastern. Ron starting this year, and he's been very good in the starting lineup for Eastern. That's a kickball. It'll stay with the Eagles. Ron from Saginaw, Michigan. I say this every time, but again, Saginaw might sound familiar to some people because former Eagles offensive lineman, if you're an Eagles fan, Todd Harrimans was from Saginaw, Michigan, went to Saginaw Valley State University, D2 product. Longtime Eagles lineman, and that is where Jerron is from up north. Eastern very well represented. Only one kid on this team, much like last year with Kevin Reeves, only one kid from Pennsylvania. That is Connor Fleet, the youngster from Westchester, who we'll see later on tonight, almost certainly. Eric Campbell goes up, no good. It's going to stay with the Ospreys. The Ospreys haven't gotten the ball to fall yet. Eastern leads just 3-0. 2 points for Sherman, 1 on the free throw from Arquise Claiborne. It's the last home game of the semester, if you can believe it. Eagles only have 2 home games this fall. We'll be back here until January 8th to begin conference season. They're on the road a lot here in the month of December. Ball's up in the air, and it bounces a lot, but it goes in, and that is, I believe that is Gurman with the point there. Gaither, I'm sorry. Tavon Gaither gets the first points for the Ospreys, 3-2 Eastern. Here's Sherman. Sherman with the ball now, looking to swing it. Does over to Mate. Mate goes over to Zubair Lee. Lee drives inside on Armstrong Thomas, misses the shot. There's Onyeka with the rebound. For the moment, he gets it, puts it up. Oh, and it's no good, and rebounded there by Matthew Spratley. Great effort there from Elise, just couldn't finish. He'll go all the way down. It's taken away by Sherman for the moment, but gathered in there by Gaither. And they're going to slow it down here. Gaither gets it over to Gurman, Gurman swings it now over to Eric Campbell. Eric Campbell had a big game in the Stockton's last, and that is an offensive foul, I believe. Campbell had a nice game in Stockton's last matchup against Swarthmore. 10-point loss, 73-60 loss to the Garnet. Campbell had 24 points and 10 rebounds. He had a double-double. Matthew Spratley had a good game as well, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists against the Garnet. Inbounded from Lee to Nick Mate. Mate wearing number 0 this year, the old number of Jerron Fairweather. He's looking to swing it, gets a pass over to Elise Onyeka. Onyeka looking to hand it off to Mate. He does. Mate drives baseline. Spins, puts it out to Elise Onyeka, now to Arquise Claiborne at the top of the key. Claiborne's going to drive inside, spins, puts it up with his right hand and scores. Great finish for Arquise Claiborne right there. He is left-handed, but boy, he can finish well with his right just as well. And it's 5-2 Eastern here in the early going. Handoff there, that is Matthew Spratley. Good defense here by Jerron Sherman. Bounce pass to Gaither. Gaither looking for a pass. He puts it up over on Yeka, puts it in. Nice shot there for Tavon Gaither. 4 points for Gaither. He's got all 4 for the Ospreys. 5-4 Eastern leads in the early going. Just under, over, I should say. 2 minutes gone. Mate for 3! Off the mark and rebounded there by Campbell. Campbell looks for Armstrong Thomas. That's a nice play there for Nick Mate. I said this on Tuesday. When Mate came in to Eastern, he was a shooter through and through, but boy, he has really improved his defensive game. He made some really high-quality plays defensively on Tuesday, and a big one there to knock the ball out of the hands of Armstrong Thomas and score and take away a basket potentially for the Ospreys. In now is number 10. That is Martin Anguelov. I believe is how you pronounce his name. Number 10 in blue. Taken away by the Eagles. Here's Claiborne now. Claiborne goes inside to Zubair Lee, leading for his first points of the night. He's triple teamed. Probably see that a lot this year. To Claiborne. Thought about a shot. Instead, drives inside again. Jump step taken away. Good steal created there by Jamar Johnson, who's just in for the Ospreys. Here's Campbell now. Campbell swings back up top to Jamar Johnson. Johnson drives inside, kicks it out to Anguelov. Anguelov now hands it off to Campbell. Campbell guarded by Mate, back out to Jamar Johnson. Eagles playing good defense inside. Anguelov with the shot, it's good. And I believe that is a 3-ball yes. First 3 of the night off the bench for number 10, and a traveling violation on the Eagles. So the ball will go right back to the Ospreys. So off the bench, Martin Anguelov, it's Anguelov. And for the Eagles is Josh Fatahunzi, sophomore from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Had a couple of big buckets on Tuesday, big 3 in the second half. Josh will be a big part of this Eastern rotation this year. Again, a lot of big names gone from this Eagles team. Kevin Reeves, Jerron Fairweather, L.J. Morris, and many others. But the Eagles still have a lot of talent on this squad. Again, won a MAC Commonwealth Championship 1 season ago. Their first ever in school history. Here is Gaither now. Gaither's got 4 of the 7 points. Sherman almost took it away. Gaither puts it up, and that's going to be off the mark. Gathered in by Mate. Eagles have the ball. Here's Sherman now. Sherman looking for Mate. He gets it over to him. Mate bounce pass to Claiborne. Claiborne for 3. Bang! Arquise Claiborne! Pick him right where he left off on Tuesday. He's got 6, and the Eagles go back up by 1, 8-7. Arquise Claiborne shooting the ball lights out here these first 2 games. But there on the other end is Anguelov. He hits his second 3 of the ball game, and Stockton goes back up by 2. Here's Claiborne now. Claiborne guarded there by Logan McKee, number 33. Nice take there. Couldn't finish, Claiborne, and now Anguelov has it. Swings it over there to Jamar Johnson. Johnson to the big fella. Logan McKee for 3 in the corner. It's off the mark. It's off of Zubair Lee, and Gaither gets it. The Eagles had trouble with rebounds in the first game. Having some trouble here is Logan McKee on a pretty feed there from Anguelov. 12-8. Now Claiborne's all by himself. He gets fouled going for the dunk, but he will go to the line. That would have been a pretty nice dunk there for Claiborne. He gets fouled. Smart foul there by Anguelov to make him go to the line. Arquise couldn't finish, and he'll go to the line here to shoot 2. 6 points for Arquise Claiborne. Again, had 21 in the game on Tuesday against Salisbury. Last home game of the fall semester. Eagles have a light home schedule here until January when conference season starts. They will have games, but they will not be here. Stark contrast from last year, the Eagles had 4 or 5 home games before Thanksgiving. They'll be done after this week until January here at the Nest. Here comes Davin Hernandez in with his fresh buzz cut, the senior guard from Miami, Florida. He can shoot the ball pretty well. He had 2 points, 5 rebounds in that win over Salisbury on Tuesday. Off the mark again is Claiborne. Zubair Lee there with a rebound, and he puts it back up. Zubair Lee, and he's fouled for his trouble. Great play there for Zubair Lee, reigning first-team All-MAC forward season ago, defensive player of the year in the MAC Commonwealth. That's a big rebound for the Eagles. He gets the bucket, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1 more. He's got 2 points, his first bucket. Zubair Lee, junior from Voorhees, New Jersey. First shot. Say his only shot is up, and it's good. Zubair Lee's got 3 points. Eagles cut the lead to 1. Ospreys lead 12-11 here with just over 5 minutes gone. Make it under 5 minutes gone. Now 5 minutes gone in the first half. Driving in is Matthew Spratley, and he scores to make it 14-11. Spratley had 14 points again in that game over Swarthmore and Stockton's last time out. Ospreys coming with a 2-1 record. Here's Sherman now. Sherman, the shifty guard from Saginaw. To Claiborne again. Thought about a 3. Instead drives inside. Puts it up. Goes up strong. Fatahunzi almost got it. Zubair Lee's got it. Puts it up. And he'll get fouled and go to the line. Zubair Lee with another rebound. And back to the line he goes. today, but the rebounds have to be cleaned up. Too many offensive rebounds given up to the Seagulls on Tuesday night. Zubair Lee doing his part in the early going. His first shot's up. It's good. He's got 4 points now, and the Eagles cut the lead to 14-12. In now for the Ospreys is the young man who started. That is Armstrong Thomas and Connor Fleet, freshman from Westchester, in for his first minutes of the game here tonight. The only kid from Pennsylvania on this Eagles team. Kevin Reeves was the only kid from Pennsylvania last year. Now it's Connor Fleet, and ironically enough, they're both from Delaware County. Kevin Reeves from Chester, and Connor Fleet from Westchester. 5-on-5 action here. Anguelov, he's got 2 threes, drives inside, instead kicks it out to Matthew Spratley. Matthew Spratley puts it up, Claiborne all on him, and it's good. Good defense there from Arquise Claiborne, but Matthew Spratley puts it in. It's 17-13 now. There he goes. Gets away. Eagles save it. Now over to Fleet. Here's Josh Vatahunzi for 3. Off the mark. And rebounded there by Matthew Spratley. 4-point lead for the Ospreys. Here's Anguelov now with the ball. He thought about a shot. Instead gets it to Jamar Johnson. Johnson kicks inside. Stolen right away from Zubair Lee, but runs into Vatahunzi. Blocked by Vatahunzi. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. I thought that was going to be an emphatic block, but they called a foul on Josh Vatahunzi. So Jamar Johnson passed it right to Zubair Lee, but then Lee ran into Vatahunzi on the fast break. Caused a turnover. Armstrong Thomas looked like he got blocked by Vatahunzi, but the foul was called. Now he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Ospreys up 17-13 here with over 6 minutes gone. 13:54 to play in quarter number 1. 5 points, 2 rebounds for Zubair Lee. 6 points for Arquise Claiborne. 2 leading scorers doing their part here for Eastern in the early going. First shot's off the mark, and in comes number 14. This is Devin Johnson. Number 14 in black. Another NJAC team Eagles are playing. They played Rowan earlier this year. Their only losses to Rowan, the Eagles. And Stockton comes in with a 2-1 record on the season, losing their last time out to Swarthmore. Hits the second, and the lead up to 5 for the Ospreys. Youngster Connor Fleet has got the ball. Looking for a pass. He's got to get one somewhere. Luckily that wasn't called over and back. Now back to Lee. Eagles have 18 seconds on the shot clock. Under 14 to go in half number 1. Hands it off to Connor Fleet. Does Zubair Lee. Sets a screen. Connor Fleet now in the corner. Back out to Davin Hernandez. He can fire the ball. It's off the mark. Eagles have not got a 3 to fall as of yet. Now Zubair Lee's got it. Bounce pass to Claiborne. Claiborne. Reverse layup is good. Great finish again for Arquise Claiborne. He's been on fire tonight. He's got 8. Eagles down by 3, but they don't want this guy shooting. It's Anguelov, and he hits another one. Anguelov is 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 9 off the bench, lead up to 6 for the Ospreys. Here's Connor Fleet now. Fleet looking for a pass. Swings it over Hernandez again. Hernandez going to drive inside. He should finish this easily, and he does. Davin Hernandez. The Red Sea open, and Davin Hernandez took advantage. Scoop and score, 21-17. Ospreys with the early lead. Under 13 to play. 21-17 Stockton. Anguelov again out to Devin Johnson. That shot's off the mark. Zubair Lee unable to get the rebound. And there's Arquise Claiborne with a huge defensive play. Arquise Claiborne doing it all here tonight again. He's got 8 points, huge block there. He creates the turnover. And the Eagles get the ball back. So on the floor now for Eastern, it's Fleet, Vatahunzi, Arquise Claiborne, Hernandez. I'm sorry, it's actually different here. Josh Harris is in. So it's Elise Onyeka, Josh Harris, Sherman, Hernandez, and Vatahunzi. Josh Harris, some other freshmen. The Eagles team's very high on. The athletic forward from Atlanta, Georgia. Hernandez, not a great pass there, and stolen away. It gets away, and there's Onyeka. Now to Josh Harris. Harris inside. They're going to call an offensive foul, and I think that's the right call. Harris bumped into his man going to the hoop. Armstrong Thomas, the veteran play there to create the charge, and the ball goes right back to the Ospreys. So the Eagles were so good offensively on Tuesday. Still looking to get it going here tonight. 21-17, Eastern trails by 4. Here's number 12. This is Andrew Crawford for Stockton. One more pass to Matthew Spratley. He drives baseline, puts it up over Onyeka, and it's good. Another good bucket there for number 0, E.J. Matthew Spratley. 23-17, Eastern down by 6. Fatahunzi swings it over to Hernandez. Hernandez has got the ball. Gets a screen from Fatahunzi. Looking for a pass. Swings it over to Sherman. Sherman going to drive baseline on Crawford. Now into Fatahunzi! Oh, it goes in and out. Oh! That would have been a rim-rocking dunk, but the Eagles turn it right over. I'm sorry, so the Eagles, man, that would have brought this crowd to its feet. Eagles are just having trouble getting the ball into the hoop right now. Fatahunzi almost with an electric dunk, but another turnover for the Ospreys. Careless turnover, and the Eagles will get the ball back. It's a 6-point lead. 7 points for E.J. Matthews-Spratley, 9 off the bench for Anguelov. The Eagles down by 6 here in the second game, home game. And here's Hernandez for 3. Oh, banks open. There's Josh Harris. Puts it in, garbage into goal. Josh Harris with his first bucket here on the home floor. It's 23-19 Eastern. Trails by 4. Crawford thought about a 3 instead, passes over to Spratley. That might have been a foul. That might have been a travel. And another big bucket there for E.J. Matthews-Spratley. He's got 10. Picking up where he left off against Swarthmore. He's got 10 points, leads the Stockton Ospreys down, lead back up to 7 at 26-19. Sherman to Hernandez for 3. Bang! Devin Hernandez from the corner cuts the lead to 4 at his first 3 of the ball game. The haircut worked. His first 3 here on the home floor this season. Eagles cut the lead to 26-22. Now they left Crawford wide open to the corner. It's off the mark. Rebounded there by Josh Fatahunzi. Eagles lucky there that wasn't cashed in. Sherman's got the ball. Crosses the timeline now. Sherman. Scardi puts it up. Little floater. In and out. Elise Onyeka's there for the moment. Out to Fatahunzi. One more time to Hernandez. The Eagles have a fresh 20. Good offensive rebound there for the Eagles. Gets a screen from Fatahunzi. Looks for pass instead. Gets it over to Onyeka. Onyeka for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded there by Matthews-Spratley. His second rebound. And Hernandez with a great defensive play. He takes it back for the Eagles. Hernandez looking to drive all the way himself. Up and good. No good, but rebounded by Onyeka. With 3 guys around him. Gets his miss again. Up. Oh, goes off the... Oh, man. Eagles rebounded with 3 guys around him. Did Onyeka, but he could not finish. 26-22. Eagles have had their chances. In the corner one more time to Matthews-Spratley. He traveled. Out of play, actually. And another turnover. The Eagles defensively picking up where they left off to get the offense going here. 3 in. It is Anguelov, Armstrong Thomas, and number 2, DJ Gurman back in for the Ospreys. About the halfway mark. Quick moving first half here. 10:21 to go in half number 1. Eagles trail 26-22 in their second home game of the regular season. And Anthony Williams checks in for the first time here tonight. Anthony, a great story, played DV men's basketball for several years here, now getting his chance at the varsity roster as a junior. Gets a screen from Hernandez. Hernandez for 3! Off the mark. Rebounded there by Matthews-Spratley. That'll be his 4th rebound. Bullet pass there to Gaither. Gaither guarded by, that's a great block there by Anthony Williams. Another block there by Sherman. In and out. The Eagles need to get a rebound here. And it goes right back to Gurman. Oh, man, the Ospreys couldn't buy a bucket there. The Eagles could not rebound. 26-22, 15 on the shot clock, under 10 to play in the first half. And it's all turnover again. Here's Anthony Williams. Williams looking to go inside himself. He's fouled going to the line. Great take there for the junior, Anthony Williams. Sharon Fairweather did the same thing because he was the same way as Anthony, starting DV and then making his way to the varsity roster. Anthony looking to do the same thing. And that's going to get you more playing time. Puts his first shot up and in. First varsity points here on the home floor for Anthony Williams. 26-23. Eastern cuts it to 3 points. 26-23. Eastern down by 3 points. But a chance to make this a 2-point game if Williams can hit this one. He does. 2 for 2 at the line is Anthony Williams, and the Eagles down 26-24. Angelov's got it. That's the guy who don't want to have the ball in his hand. From the foul line, Armstrong Thomas. It's deflected again. Anthony Williams with another big play. Anthony Williams making his presence felt here. Here's Sherman. Eagles looking to tie or take the lead. Hands it off to Nick Mate, looking for his first points. Mate gets a screen, drives inside, out to Williams. One more pass. Claiborne, Rainmaker. Off the mark. There's Zubair Lee. That's, boy. I don't know how that wasn't called a foul. He was decked to the ground. No foul called. Luckily, Zubair is okay, but boy, he took a tough fall on the ground there. Not sure that wasn't called a foul. But I'm not a referee, so I don't know. Eagles retain possession. They're down 2, 26-24 to Williams. Williams out to Zubair Lee. Lee, step back 3! Off the mark. Williams there for the moment, but it's rebounded by Gurman. Gurman's second rebound. That's going to be a foul now on Lee. So Lee didn't get fouled the other way. Then he commits a foul on Gurman on the floor. Now it'll be an inbound here on the near sideline. For Stockton. (26-24). Under 9 minutes to go here in half number 1. No timeouts called by either team. It's been a quick moving first half. Anguelov high off the glass, no good. Eagles need to get a rebound here, and they will. It's Nick Mate. His second board. Sherman flies across the timeline. Crosses over. Spins. From the logo. What a pass to Zubair Lee. Wow. What a find. Spinning assist to Zubair Lee, and we're tied. 7 points for Lee. To Gaither. And it's an offensive foul as Nick Mate draws the charge. I'm telling you what, guys. I've watched Nick Mate now for 3 years, and he is doing all the little things right. He's not hitting threes. He's playing great defense, and he's drawing fouls like that. And the Eagles have a chance here to take the lead again. 26-26. Zubair Lee a moment ago ties it up off a great assist from Daron Sherman. Mate across the time. He's guarded by Jamar Johnson, who's back in. Somehow that finds its way to Sherman. Gets a screen from Zubair Lee. Sherman looking to go inside. Instead, out to Arquise Claiborne now. Claiborne drives baseline. Reverse layup is good. Arquise Claiborne. Another tough bucket, and the Eagles take a 2-point lead. Arquise Claiborne's done a lot of that here on the home floor in the early part of this season. As Logan McKee inside to Gaither. Gaither looks to tie it, and it's in. Another one bounces every part of the rim and goes in. We're tied again. 28-28. Williams wasn't paying attention. And a foul. It was a little rushed, a little bit too much there, but the Eagles get bailed out with a foul. And we're in bonus territory, so Claiborne will go to the line to shoot. 1-1. Comes in now number 22 for the Ospreys. Number 22, is Jameer Payut, freshman from Irvington, New Jersey. So on the floor for the Eagles, it is Mate, Sherman, Claiborne, Zubair Lee, Anthony Williams. And for the Ospreys, it is Matthew Spratley, Jamar Johnson, Anguelov, Payut, and Logan McKee, number 33. It's a tied ball game, 28-28. I'm not sure what's going on here. Some kind of stoppage. I think they're talking to Stockton head coach Scott Bittner about that play. We will stay right here as we figure out what's going on. Maybe there might be, it looks like there's just a quick injury timeout. There's, you guessed it, Brian Mizell. Johnny on the spot, as he always is. Not only working for our athletes, but for opposing teams' athletes as well. So maybe a bloody lip there for Matthew Spratley, who's now off the floor. Here's Arquise Claiborne, 1-1 coming up, a chance to give the Eagles the lead back. He does, 29-28, make it 11 points for Arquise Claiborne, who had 21 in that game on Tuesday. Gurman back out. Matthew Spratley back in after getting a quick tune-up. Eagles back ahead, 29-28. In their last home game of this first semester. Hard to believe that we're almost at the end of the first semester, and hard to believe this is the only basketball game left until January for Eastern men's basketball. We'll have women's basketball, though, over the next 2 weeks. Stolen by Claiborne. Great anticipation. Looking for Zubair Lee on the pass. Lee's got it. Uses his big body. Up and going. Anthony Williams has got it, and he's fouled. No, a timeout, I think. So a technical foul to the Ospreys bench is what that call was. I thought it was a foul, but they did call a tech, I believe. That is what Will Cunningham said, and Will Cunningham is rarely wrong when it comes to this stuff. Mate will go to the line looking for his first points. So I think it's just a regular technical, so I think the Eagles will shoot one and then get the ball back, if I remember correctly. 30-28. Eastern with the lead, a chance to increase it to 3 with Monte can hit this free throw. He does. His first points. Looks like he'll shoot 2. Monte's first points of the ball game. Eastern lead goes up to 3 at 31-28. Looks like Olisa Onyeka about to check back in for Eastern. Monte's second shot is good. 2 for 2. And we believe Eastern will retain possession. Matthew Spratley getting. So again, he must have taken a hit from Claiborne on that. That pass almost went out of bounds. Looks like he's okay. Eastern up by 4 now. Under 8 to play. No timeouts taken. This has been a quick first half. We're still figuring something. I'm not sure. Man. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's the whole thing with the blood because he's bleeding. Anyway, we're back underway. Looking for Zubair Lee is Sherman. Up. No good. Rebounded by Zubair. Up again, and he's fouled. Zubair Lee forcing his will on the glass. He gets his 4th rebound and goes back to the line for another pair of free throws. Team fouls are a little askew. The Ospreys already in the double bonus. Just 3 team fouls on Eastern here in the first half. But this will be just the common 2 foul shots. Zubair Lee's first shot is up and off the mark. Lead remains at 4, 32-28. In for the Ospreys is Armstrong Thomas and Eric Campbell. Mate, Onyeka, Sherman, Claiborne, Zubair Lee. So the starters for Eastern back on the floor. 12 points for Arquise Claiborne here, 7 and 4 rebounds for Zubair Lee. Up and good. He's got 8, and the Eagles back up by 5 now at 33-28 with 7:40 to go in half number 1. Jamar Johnson flies across the timeline. Bounce pass to Armstrong Thomas. Looking to go up there on Onyeka, and he does, and he scores. Armstrong Thomas gets the field goal. Eagles lead cut to 3. Mate crossed the timeline, guarded by Anguelov. Mate. What a finish for Nick Mate with the left hand. Pretty finger roll for Nick Mate, and the lead back up to 5. It's a great take there for the junior from Miami. Campbell up. And good. Answers the other way. That's his first bucket of the night. Eagles lead down to 35-32. Across the timeline is Olisa Onyeka, the junior from Cedar Park, Texas. Mate. Looking for a pass. Gets to Sherman. Sherman to Arquise Claiborne. Claiborne to Zubair Lee. Going all the way around the horn now to Sherman. Sherman dribbles with his left hand inside. Loses the ball, and Johnson's got it. Jamar Johnson, that is. And a bounce pass to Matthew Spratley, now over to Armstrong Thomas. One more pass to Anguelov. He's got 9 points off the bench, all via the 3 ball. 35-32, 6:40 to play in half number 1 in a quick-moving first half. Not a lot of stoppages here. Anguelov up. And Armstrong Thomas with another offensive rebound and a foul. And the Eagles have struggled on the boards here, getting defensive rebounds. The one thing they've struggled in the game and a half now. 35-32, Eastern with a 3-point lead, but Armstrong Thomas will go to the line for a chance to shoot 2 and make this a 1-point game if he makes both. 35-32 again, 12 points for Jerron Sherman. I'm sorry, for Arquise Claiborne. 8 and 4 rebounds for Zubair Lee. Armstrong Thomas' shot is no good. Matthew Spratley with 10. And Martin Anguelov with 9 points for the Ospreys. 6:31 to go in the first half. Shots up. It's good. 35-33. 2-point game now. Sherman to Claiborne. Claiborne beats the press to Mate. Mate going to Zubair Lee. Not a great pass, and he's out of bounds. A little miscommunication there between Zubair Lee and Nick Mate. I think it would have been green grass there for Zubair if that pass connected. But it's a turnover, and the Ospreys now with a chance to tie the game or take the lead. 6:15 to play here in the first half. 35-33. Matthew Spratley up, and he ties it. He's got 12, bloody mouth and all. 35-35 here in the first half. Mate's got it now, swings it over to Lee, who will cross the timeline. Lee's double team, now back to Mate. Mate to Zubair Lee at the top of the key. Eagles set up their offense. And that's a foul on Eric Campbell. And Mate goes to the line, he'll shoot 2. We're in the double bonus. Mate's got 4 points, 2 boards. A chance here to put the Eagles back up ahead. 3 substitutions coming in for the Eagles On the first free throw, it'll be Connor Fleet, Davin Hernandez, and Josh Fatahunzi. Mate. Up. Off the mark. Devin Johnson back in for the Ospreys. Looks Josh Fatahunzi and Connor Fleet in, and it looks like Davin Hernandez will come in for Mate after this next free throw. 35-35. Under 6 to go. Mate misses both. The game remains tied at 35. Matthew Spratley with a rebound, his 5th. And the Ospreys now with a chance to take the lead. Anguelov for 3. Misses. It's off of Lee. Eagles are just having trouble securing defensive rebounds at the moment. Mate off, Hernandez on. So the Eagles, it is Fleet, Fatahunzi, Claiborne, Hernandez, Zubair Lee, Matthew Spratley, Johnson, Anguelov, Johnson, Devin Johnson, and Armstrong Thomas for the Ospreys. Matthew Spratley for the lead. No good. And the Eagles get a rebound. They cannot. And now Johnson will go to the line. So the Eagles, Fatahunzi actually. 35-35. First shot's up, and it's good. The Ospreys regain the lead at 36-35. Crawford back in for the Ospreys, number 12 in blue. I guess it's black with blue trim. Or a very dark blue. One of those 3. Johnson's second shot is up and good. And the Ospreys regain the advantage at 37-35. Pressing are the Ospreys. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Hernandez. Hernandez looking for a pass. Gets it to Fleet. They got to cross the timeline, and they do. Fleet gets it now to Arquise Claiborne. Zubair Lee was wide open there for the moment. Stolen away, but taken back by Fatahunzi. Here's Connor Fleet. Thought about a shot. Gets a screen from Claiborne. It's another screen from Fatahunzi. Fleet to Fatahunzi. Fatahunzi now hands it off to Hernandez. Hernandez drives baseline. Looking for Fleet. He gets it to him. Fleet loses it to Fatahunzi. Fatahunzi! Great finish for Josh Fatahunzi on a pretty feed there from Connor Fleet. 37-37. Fatahunzi's got his first bucket of the night. 2 points, 3 rebounds for the sophomore from Cherry Hill. 37-37. Tight ball game here so far in St. David's. Under 5 to play in the first half. Matthew Spratley up, looking to end the tie. And he's going to get fouled and go to the line. I think it's going to be on Connor Fleet. Yes. 16th foul on the Eagles. First foul committed by Westchester native Connor Fleet. Pretty feed a moment ago to Josh Fatahunzi with his first bucket, and the Eagles tied it at 37. But Matthew Spratley hits the first and puts the Ospreys back up by 1. Back and forth first half we go. So the Eagles were able to take control of the game against the Seagulls on Tuesday with a strong end of the first half. See if they can recreate that as the Seagulls go back up by 2. Matthew Spratley having a great first half. 14 points, 5 rebounds for number 0 in black. Claiborne's got it. Eagles are double teamed. Press break. Secured. Hernandez loses the ball again. And Armstrong Thomas comes up with it. The Ospreys playing pressure defense is getting the Eagles just a little bit. Devin Johnson, great spin move up. No good. But again, another offensive rebound for Armstrong Thomas. Can't finish. Can the Eagles get a rebound? They cannot. Really struggling on the glass. Can the Eagles get one? They finally do as Zubair Lee corrals the rebound, his 5th. He's got to do a better job on the defensive glass, but get one there. Connor Fleet for 3! In and out. And rebounded there by Armstrong Thomas, his 5th board. Here's Matthew Spratley with the ball. It's a 2-point lead for the Ospreys. Looking to make it a 5-point lead, and he does. A 3-ball for Matthew Spratley, who's got 17 here in the first half. It's Davin Hernandez, 42-37. Eastern trails by 5 to Zubair Lee. Got fouled the first time, doesn't matter. He finishes there and makes it a 3-point game. He's got 10, does Zubair. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Zubair Lee. 12 points, 2 rebounds for Arquise Claiborne, your 2 leading scorers for the Eastern Eagles. Anguelov, another 3, and it's good. He's got 4 threes here tonight. 12 off the bench for number 10, Martin Anguelov. Zubair Lee almost loses it to Connor Fleet. Thought about a shot. Fleet will shoot it again! Off the mark. There's Hernandez with the offensive board. Loses it, and Angelov's got it. Eagles a little too careless with the basketball. Crawford's by himself, and he'll finish. 47-39. Eagles down by 8. The Ospreys coming on strong here. The Eagles need to get a little run going. 3 minutes to play here in half number 1. Zubair Lee takes a three. Bang! Zubair Lee! That's a big shot there for the Eagles, who cut it to 5. The first 3 of the ball game for Zubair Lee, who's got 13, but the Eagles got to play defense. Anguelov up and good. Eagles fell asleep on defense, and Angelov's got 14 points. Now to Fatahuns, it's a 7-point game again. To Claiborne. 13 points now. Zubair Lee leading the Eagles. Lee. And a timeout called by Crawford. It's the first timeout for 50%. A lot of times that's winning basketball when you shoot the ball over 50%. 49 to 42. Eastern down by 7, and Ospreys with the ball with 2.5 to play here in half number 1. DJ's Matthew Spratley again. He's got 19. That's going to be a blocking foul on Crawford. Crawford gets blocked. It's 51-42, biggest deficit of the night for the Eagles here at the Nest. And it'll be 2 foul shots coming up for Deron Sherman. Eagles struggling to get their offense going again, shooting under 40% here in the first half. Sherman's first shot, in and out. Eagles also just having trouble getting anything to fall right now. It's another miss from the free throw line. And the Eagles still down by 9 points. 51-42, Stockton with the lead. Shot up for Sherman. Small off the mark, another missed free throw for the Eagles. And the Eagles still trail by 9 with 2:10 to play in the first half. Ball's off the mark. Crawford corrals it. Looking for a pass. Gets it out to Spratley. One more pass over to Devin Johnson in the corner for 3. It's good. Devin Johnson hits his first 3, and it's a 12-point deficit for Eastern. Now over to Davin Hernandez. Looking to answer back with his own 3. Off the mark. Zubair Lee hits it out of bounds. 54-42. Eastern down by 12. This game was tied 37-37 a moment ago. But it's a 15-5 run for the visitors. Angelov's had a great game off the bench. 14 points, 3 of those coming via the 3-ball. Angelov hands it off to Matthew Spratley. He's the leading scorer for everybody. Devin Johnson again, and another 3 for Devin Johnson. He's got 2 back-to-back 3s, and it's 57-42 Stockton. Stockton shooting the lights out right now. Claiborne inside. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Zubair Lee, up and good. Zubair Lee wanted a foul, but he gets another basket. He's got 15 points and 6 rebounds. The Eagles have much more work to do. They're down 13. 1:05 to go in the first half. Eagles have a lot of work to do. 13 points, again, not a huge deficit. They've come back from worse. But the Eagles have got to figure it out at halftime. Figure out how to stop Matthew Spratley and Angelov particularly. And now Devin Johnson has hit a couple of 3s. Rare miss there for Matthew Spratley. And a foul there on Hernandez. I'm sorry, Hernandez was fouled by Crawford, I should say. That's what I meant to say. 57-44. And a chance to cut this to 11 with a pair of free throws from Davin Hernandez. Hernandez with 5 points and a rebound here off the bench. In this one, the Eagles trail, if you're just joining us, 57-44. It's been now a 20-7 run, now 20-8 run for Stockton. It's 37-37, but Stockton has gone on a 20-8 run in the last few minutes. They lead now by 12. Josh Harris checks back in for Eastern for Anthony Williams. (57-45), now 57-46. Davin hits both to make it 57-46, 11-point lead now for Stockton. DJ Matthew Spratley had a great game, 19 points, 5 rebounds in the first half. Looking for more off the mark. There's Arquise Claiborne with his 3rd rebound. Now to Zubair Lee. Bounce pass over to Hernandez. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Zubair Lee. The second foul on Zubair Lee, an offensive foul. It's 57-46. Adahunzi checks back in for Zubair. Zubair's got 15.6 rebounds, but he checks off. The Eagles trail by 11 here in the second home game of the season. Great shooting for the Ospreys, the biggest story here tonight. Shooting over 50% for the game so far. Anguelov's got 14 points, again, 3 3-pointers off the bench for the Ospreys. Anguelov, guarded by Sherman. Sherman, not relenting. Looks like they're going to hold for the final shot, will the Ospreys. Goes off, Josh Harris created a turnover. Here's Hernandez to Josh Harris. He gets, oh man, pass got away from him, but that's going to be it here at halftime. Eagles trail. So Eagles are going to have to make it up here in the second half. And this is not a deficit they can't come back from. 11 points is not a lot in the game of basketball. It is a game of runs, but the Eagles are going to have to figure out a way to stop, especially number 0, Matthew Spratley, who's got 19 points. Zubair Lee, 15.6 rebounds in that first half. Arquise Claiborne with 12 and 3. First shot off the mark for the Ospreys there. Another offensive rebound. Campbell, nice finish on the reverse layup. Eagles really struggling on the boards. Not been able to corral a lot of defensive boards, giving Stockton multiple opportunities, and that usually doesn't work in your favor. Here's Arquise Claiborne at the top of the key. It's 59-46, Eastern down by 13 here in their second game here at home this season. Zubair Lee, jump step, and it's going to call a travel. Yep. Traveling violation on Zubair Lee, so the Ospreys score on their first possession. Eastern turns it over. It's kind of been the ball game here. Not the turnover specifically, but Stockton basically making their shots, Eastern not making theirs. 59-46. 45 seconds into this second half. It's a 13-point deficit for Eastern. And this will be the last home game for Eastern men's basketball. They will not be back here until January 8th when conference play begins. They'll be playing Stevenson in the usual conference doubleheader. Eastern needs a rebound. They get one. It's Sherman, his first. Sherman crosses the timeline. Eagles need to get a bucket on this possession. Just chip back little by little and play great defense. Claiborne spins, guarded there by Armstrong Thomas. Spins again, up with his right hand. Off the mark, there's Adahunzi. They are calling a foul, I think, on Gaither. Josh Adahunzi will go to the line to shoot a pair. Eagles got an offensive rebound there. Adahunzi foul going back up for the rebound, for the layup. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. He's got 2 points, 4 rebounds. They had the wrong Josh on the scoreboard. They had Josh Harris. It's Josh Adahunzi there. And another missed free throw for the Eagles, who are now 13 of 22 from the line. So if we do that quick math, that's 9 points left on the board. Left off the board, I should say. This will be a much closer game if Eastern was hitting their foul shot. Second shot is also off the mark. Another miss from the line. And the Eagles lead trail still by 13. Here's Anguelov, had a great first half, and he scores another basket. He's got 15 points off the bench, make it 16. Mate swings it over to Arquise Claiborne. Claiborne for 3. Off the mark to the left, and it'll be Stockton ball. Eagles can't buy a bucket right now. They're down 61-46. Put that in perspective, they gave just 56 points on Tuesday. Now they're down. There's Zubair Lee. Lee to the cup with the jam. Zubair Lee, that's a big dunk there for Eastern. And the first dunk of the game for the Eagles. Zubair Lee's got 17 points. The Eagles still got work to do. They trail 61-48. It's a 13-point deficit again. Matthew Spratley over to Gurman, now to Campbell, drives inside. Goes to the left hand, no good, and rebounded by Sherman. Eagles get a bucket here. They cut it down to 11. A 3 makes it 10. Mate for 3! And it's no good, and rebounded there by Anguelov, his fourth. Anguelov, 16 points, 4 rebounds off the bench. Campbell looking to answer the other way. Off the mark. They're going to call a foul on Mate. There, Armstrong Thomas, much bigger. Gets fouled and will go to the line. Second foul on Mate. Oh, it's on the floor, I was going to say. Here comes Jerron Johnson. He'll check in for DJ Gurman. 61-48 Eastern trails. We'll have 4 more games here this semester, all women's basketball starting on Saturday. Women will be back here at home. We'll take on McDaniel College, 1 o'clock start. It's the only Saturday home game we'll have this Saturday. Only game we'll have this Saturday. As Eastern returns to the nest looking for their first win. 1 o'clock start there for the ladies. Campbell's got the ball, hands it off to Spratley. Matthew Spratley up and good again. Matthew Spratley has been automatic. He's got 22 points, and the Eagles trail now 64-48. That's stolen away. Eagles just can't get much going offensively. Another turnover. Armstrong Thomas to Campbell. Campbell in, and it's up and good again. 66-48. It's an 18-point deficit for the Eagles, who gave up just 56 points on Tuesday. Now down 18, 66-48, and another turnover. Here comes Matthew Spratley. Matthew Spratley, 22 points, 5 boards. Now to Campbell. Nobody's guarding. Campbell off the mark, and Josh Vadahunzi there for the rebound. You'll see to get something going here. Sherman is a little out of sync right now. 66-48. Sherman gets a screen from Zubair Lee. Sherman for 3. Off the mark. Eagles just putting up 1 shot and then not getting the rebound. And another rebound for the Ospreys. 7 now for Chris Armstrong Thomas. It was 37-37 in the first half, but it has been all Ospreys since. Anguelov for 3 again. High arcing shot is good. My goodness. The Ospreys just can't miss. It's 19 now for Anguelov. Claiborne will go to the line, but boy, the difference in this game has been the Ospreys seemingly hitting every shot they take. Another 3, and Anguelov with 19 off the bench. And a timeout for the Eagles. And a full timeout. Marquise 12 points, all coming in that first half. 3 rebounds. The Eagles looking to battle their way back. They're down by 19. Make it 21, I'm sorry. Now down by 20. Zubair checks in for Josh Vadahunzi. The Eagles down by 20. 13 points now for Claiborne here. Another foul shot coming up for the graduate forward from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Hits both. The Eagles cut the lead to 19. 69-50 Stockton. That's a turnover for the Eagles. Great defense there by Sherman and by Zubair Lee. It's little plays there that'll help. The Eagles have a lot of work to do offensively, down 19. See if the Eagles can get a little run going here. Sherman crosses the timeline. Sophomore from Saginaw, Michigan. Number 2 in white. He's guarded by Jamar Johnson. Sherman inside Zubair. Lee's open. Finishes good. Fine there from Sherman to Zubair Lee. Zubair's got 19 points. And the lead cut to 69-52. Here's Anguelov. Again, 19 points, 4 rebounds for Anguelov here tonight. Anguelov drives inside, kicks it out to Matthew Spratley. Up, in and out. Finally, a shot doesn't fall for the Ospreys. Guns it here from Mate to Arquise Claiborne inside. Great finish for Arquise Claiborne. Unbelievable finish there for Arquise. Tough make, tough take, and an and one opportunity coming up for Eastern to cut this to 14. Claiborne's been so solid here his graduate season, and another time. Arquise has been really good here in his second year with Eastern. Transferred from Messiah last year. Was a big part of Eastern's conference championship winning squad. 69-55, 14-point lead now. Arquise Claiborne up to 17, coming off a 21-point performance on Tuesday against Salisbury. Johnson gets it over to Eric Campbell now. Campbell looks back out to Jamar Johnson. And a foul, I think, on Sherman. First foul on Deron Sherman. Stockton retains possession. 14:35 to play in regulation time. Eastern trails by 14. Inbounds to Jamar Johnson. Johnson's got it now. Hands it off to Anguelov. Anguelov drives inside. He's got a really strong game, both driving to the hoop and shooting the three ball. That's 21 now for Martin Anguelov. Claiborne's got it now. It's 71-55 Eastern trails. Claiborne to Hernandez. Takes the pass inside. Hook shot's good. Davin Hernandez. Hernandez, big make there. Cuts it to 71-57. Anguelov, guarded by Sherman at the top of the key. Looking to drive inside. Double team there by Sherman and Claiborne. Now Campbell's got it. Spins around. Now hands it back to Anguelov. Anguelov behind the back. Great play there by Sherman. It's on the ground. The Eagles get the ball back. Great play there for Deron Sherman. And Anthony Williams in there as well. 71-57. Sherman creates a big turnover for Eastern. Here comes Matthew Spratley. He'll come in, I think, for Anguelov, yes. Here comes Matthew Spratley. So Matthew Spratley, 22 points, 5 rebounds. Anguelov going to the bench has 21. Eagles looking to chip into this lead a little bit more. 71-57. 14-point lead now for the Ospreys. Hernandez, bounce pass into Lee. And a foul on Matthew Spratley. It's on Logan McKee. Oh. I don't know about that. I think McKee might have a solid argument there. I think that foul should have gone on Matthew Spratley. They called it on Logan McKee, number 33. Seabear Lee took another tough hit there. He's back up and he's okay. Eagles will inbound here on the end line. Sherman will do the honors. Sherman inbounds to Arquise Claiborne. Eagles set up the offense. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 13:32 on the game clock. Anthony Williams thought about a three. Now gets back to Sherman, sets a screen. Sherman now, guarded by McKee. Sherman, little bounce back action. Good shot there for Deron Sherman on the crossover, step back. And the Eagles cut it to 12. 71-59. Eagles need to string together a couple stops here, get the offense going. Eric Campbell swings it over to Matthew Spratley. One more time to Logan McKee. McKee looking for Matthew Spratley. It's deflected there by Anthony Williams. Here comes Anthony Williams. Little Euro step. Arquise Claiborne with the offensive rebound. And a foul. Anthony Williams making plays when he's on the floor. Anthony Williams, that's what you're looking for from your young guns. Anthony Williams, a great story. Played DV basketball his first 2 years, cracked the varsity roster this year, and making an impact here in his first major minutes on the home floor. Looking for Zubair Lee from Sherman. Lee from the logo is good, and it's a 10-point game. Zubair Lee, he's got 21. 71-61 Eastern pushing their way back to the 10-point game, under 13 to go. 12:40 on the clock. Eagles need to create a couple more stops here. It's a 10-point game. Anthony Williams gets around the screen from Armstrong Thomas. He's guarding Matthew Spratley. Matthew Spratley with 22 points. Puts it up deep, three, off the mark. Zubair Lee gets it to Hernandez. It's on the floor. Armstrong Thomas, what a block there for Sherman! The Eagles coming alive here defensively, and Deron Sherman gets the block on Armstrong Thomas. They calling a foul? I don't think they should call it. No, they're not calling a foul. Okay, I just want to say. 71-61, Eastern down by 10. Big shot a moment ago from Zubair Lee at the logo. 10 points, not a big deficit, a lot of basketball to play. Eagles need to keep playing good defense. Nobody's there. Armstrong Thomas able to corral it. Armstrong Thomas hands off there. Campbell's off the mark. Here's Arquise Claiborne. He's got it. Claiborne up. It's good. Arquise Claiborne cuts to 8. It's 19 for Claiborne. The Eagles cut it to single digits. Nest coming alive. It's an 8-point game, 12 minutes. Jamar Johnson drives, kicks it back out to Eric Campbell for 3. Looking to end the run, and it's in. Eric Campbell gets it back to 11. Eagles need to stay composed. Gets it over to Zubair Lee, does Sherman. Zubair Lee bounce past Anthony Williams. Williams puts it in! Anthony Williams cuts it back! Down to 9! And Williams commits the foul. Gaither scores, and lead back up to 11. 76-65. One more coming up here for Tavon Gaither. And one shot coming up here for Gaither. 76-65, but Eastern's trailed by as many as 21. They've cut it back down to 11. Gaither shot is good, it's 12 points. Crawford checks in for Jamar Johnson. 77-65, Ospreys with the lead. They've led for the majority of this ball game. Eagles battling their way back to 12-point game now. 77-65, Ospreys. Sherman gets it to Anthony Williams. Williams back to Sherman. Sherman going to drive himself. What a finish for Deron Sherman! 77-67, 10-point game again. Gaither looking to do himself the other way. Zubair Lee with the block! Now to Williams. Eagles got it single digits again. Here's Claiborne. Claiborne up! And he's fouled. Zubair Lee with the huge block. And the Eagles with a chance to cut it to single digits again. Claiborne will go to the line. 77-67, the Nest coming alive. It's a 10-point game and a chance to make it 8. Anthony Williams making plays on the floor. Zubair Lee with a huge block. Arquise Claiborne doing what he's done all year. He'll go back to the line, a chance to cut this to single digits. It's 77-67. Eagles trail by as many as 21. Claiborne's first shot is up, and it's in and out. Free throw shooting has not been great tonight for Eastern. But one more coming up. Eagles back in this ball game, 77-67. Claiborne. Up. Good. 9-point game now. 20 points for Arquise Claiborne. His second straight 20-point performance here at the Nest to start the home season. 77-68. Here's Spratley. Matthew Spratley with the ball. Matthew Spratley. Back out. Matthew Spratley now. Into Gaither. Gaither to Crawford. Crawford back out to Matthew Spratley, who's been dynamite tonight. Looking for another one. It's off the mark. Rebounded there by Davin Hernandez. That's his second rebound. Sherman. Sherman going to drive himself. Another great take for Deron Sherman. It's a 7-point game. 77-70. A lot of basketball left. The Eagles, give them credit, have found their way back into this ball game. 77-70. Stockton with the lead. But Matthew Spratley was left open. It's off the mark again. There's Zubair Lee. And it's to Arquise Claiborne. To Hernandez. He's got Williams with them. Bounce pass. Williams! In and out. Oh, Williams couldn't finish that. Gaither swings it over to Campbell. Campbell drives in on Arquise Claiborne. Reverse layup is good. A lot of ball games the last few seasons since I've been here. This is a place where the Eagles have done a lot of great work. They're down by 9 to the Ospreys here, and they have the ball out of the timeout. Eric Campbell made the last bucket a moment ago. He's off the floor now. Clock didn't start. 10:03 to go. Halfway through this second half, it's 79-70 Stockton. High-scoring ball game here. .04 to go. 21 points for Zubair Lee, 20 points for Arquise Claiborne. Eastern's top 2 scorers doing it tonight. They get 7 rebounds also for Zubair, 5 for Claiborne. 22 points for Matthew Spratley for Stockton, 21 for Martin Anguelov, who's on the bench. It's Sherman, Claiborne, Hernandez, Lee, Anthony Williams. It's Matthew Spratley, Gaither, Johnson, and Armstrong Thomas. Claiborne swings it over to Deron Sherman. Sherman got the ball guarded by Jamar Johnson. Jump step, spin around from the logo. Deron Sherman off the mark, rebounded by Tavon Gaither, his fourth. Gaither crosses the timeline. Gaither looking for a pass, gets back out to Jamar Johnson. Jamar Johnson, number 5. Devin Johnson, number 14 for Stockton. Jamar Johnson, that's deflected. It's Eastern ball. They're conferring. They originally called it a turnover. So after conferring, they changed the call. They originally called it a turnover, Eastern ball, but after conferring, they have changed it to Stockton. 79-70, Stockton with the lead. Eagles trail by as many as 21. They're down by 9 now here with 9.5 to play in the regulation time. Zubair Lee deflects, stays with Matthew Spratley and the Ospreys. And women's basketball will be here on Saturday, 1 o'clock, back at home. The second home game of the year. They'll take on McDaniel College. 1 o'clock start. Eastern will be on the road. For the next few games. Stole by the Eagles. Claiborne up! And he's fouled. Marquise Claiborne, another tough take, gets fouled again and will go to the line. Chance to cut this to 7. 79-70. Stockton with the lead, but the Eagles have made this a ball game again. 20 points, 5 boards for Arquise. His second straight 20-point performance here at the Nest to start his graduate season. Claiborne up. It's no good. Eagles have really not shot the ball well from the foul line. They are just 17 of 29. They have left 12 points on the board. So you do that math, Eagles would be leading if they hit their foul shots. 79-70 though. The Eagles battling their way back. Claiborne's second shot is up, and it's good. 71 points now for Eastern. They trail by 8. 79-71 Stockton. Matthew Spratley with 22 points. I don't believe he has scored in this second half. All coming in the first half for Matthew Spratley, number 0 in black. Hands it off to Jamar Johnson. Jamar Johnson now hands it off to Devin Johnson. And out, rebounded by Anthony Williams. Here's Claiborne to Zubair Lee. Quick pass, great finish, and he's fouled! Zubair Lee with an and one! Claiborne to Lee. Lee makes the layup, gets fouled, and a chance to make this a 5-point game. A lot of basketball game left. Credit to these Eagles. The halftime adjustments have worked, and they've cut this lead from 21 down to 5, potentially, with a make here from Zubair Lee at the line. 79-73, Stockton. Zubair Lee, 23 points, 7 rebounds. Shots up. It's good. Zubair Lee makes it a 5-point game. He's got 24. 79-74. Here's Matthew Spratley up. Off the mark again. And a foul on the floor. Armstrong Johnson gets fouled, I think, by Claiborne. First foul on Arquise. It's on the floor, so it'll just be an inbound from the end line. 79-74 Stockton. Looks like Martin Anguelov back on. Matthew Spratley looking for his first 3 of the second half. It's off the mark again. But Campbell with the offensive rebound puts it up and he scores. Eric Campbell makes it 81-74. I think they're calling a technical foul on Eastern bench. Not sure what that was about, but a technical foul assessed to the Eastern bench. Osprey's first shot is good. And a chance now to make this a 9-point game again. He does. 24 now for Matthew Spratley. Should be the other way, 83-74. 83, there you go. 83-74, now it's correct. Gave the wrong number to the wrong team. Now a 9-point game, and I think Stockton will have it'll be Eastern ball. (83-74), Eastern down by 9 again. Big basket a moment ago from Stockton's Eric Campbell. Now to Davin Hernandez. Fresh buzz cut, gets it over to Sherman, now to Claiborne. Claiborne back to Sherman. Sherman guarded by Devin Johnson, gets a screen from Anthony Williams. Sherman looking for Claiborne. Claiborne ran the wrong way. Turnover for Eastern. A timeout for the Eagles. 4, Eastern down by 9. Stockton will inbound here on the near side. Eric Campbell will do the honors to Matthew Spratley. Stockton not shooting as lights out as were in the first half, which is giving the chance the Eagles to get back into this ball game. Almost stolen by Sherman. Anguelov falls down, gets it back to Campbell. Anguelov, 21 points, 4 rebounds off the bench for Stockton. Eric Campbell's had a good second half. That one's off the mark, but Matthew Spratley there with another offensive rebound. Anguelov, another 3. That one's off the mark. And the 3's finally not falling for Stockton here in this second half. Bounce pass to Claiborne. Claiborne puts it up with his right hand. It's off the mark. Anthony Williams is there. Couldn't grab it. Armstrong Thomas will. 7:22 to play. 83-74 Stockton. Devin Johnson thought about a shot. Instead, gets it back to Anguelov. Anguelov. Up. Floater's good. 85-74. The Eagles got it to within 5. But now Stockton has increased their lead back to double digits. Basketball is a game of runs. Now Stockton's on one. Zubair Lee thought about it inside to Anthony Williams. Zubair Lee almost traveled, able to save the turnover. Inside to Williams, somehow corrals it and scores. Anthony Williams got 6. Eagles cut it back down to single digits. That ball deflected. Anthony Williams got his hands on it and finishes. 76 points now for Eastern, but they trail by 9 at 85-76. 6.5 to go here in regulation time. Looks like Connor Fleet, Nick Mate get ready to check back in. Anguelov to Devin Johnson, who hit a couple threes in the first half. That one's off the mark. Claiborne's got the board. His 6th. That's deflected by Campbell. And Campbell got away with the travel there. Here's Anguelov. It's a 9-point game still, a turnover for the Eagles. Angelov's got it. He's covered by Marquise Claiborne. Now to Campbell. Tries to go pass inside. Davin Hernandez all over that. He crosses the timeline. Senior from Miami. Hands it off to Williams. Thought he was going to take a 3 there. He did not. And gets it back out to Sherman. Not sure what this is. Sherman comes out. I said this the other night. It looks like now Deron Sherman's got mustard on the sideline. I wonder if that helps with cramps. I'll have to ask Brian Mizell about that. Second time I've seen kids eating mustard on the sideline. They have a cramp or something. Looks like that's what happened with Deron. Claiborne now with the ball. Inside of the logo, looking for Zubair Lee. And a foul. I was going to say, I don't know how they couldn't call that a foul. Near referee got it right. Third foul there on Eric Campbell. Now Zubair Lee back to the line. He's got 24.7 rebounds tonight.
Zubair Lee will go to the line to shoot.
85-76. Zubair's first shot is up and off the mark again. Lee's second shot's up, and it's in. 85-77, 8-point game again. Eastern's left a lot of points at the foul line tonight. 5:25 to play. Eastern down by 8 points. here in the second half. Connor Fleet guards Matthew Spratley. Creates a little separation. Misses the shot, and another rebound for Zubair Lee, his 8th. Here comes Nick Mate. Mate over to Zubair Lee. Lee back to Mate. Bounce pass over to Connor Fleet. Fleet to Claiborne. Ooh. Now to Fleet. Fleet passes it back, fakes the shot to Mate. Mate floater from the logo. I think Fleet should have shot that. Campbell. An offensive foul on the Ospreys. Another charge drawn by Nick Mate. It's going to be 2 shots coming up for Nick at the foul line.
Also number 20, Christian Armstrong-Thomas as his 3rd. Teams over the limit.
Stockton now at the double bonus the rest of the way. Meaning any foul that Stockton commits will result in free throws. The Eagles battling their way back. It's an 8-point game. They were down 21 early in this second half. Mate's first shot is in. 85-78, 5 points now for Mate. Shots up and it's good. It's a 6-point game now. A lot of time left. Eagles need to make some stops down the stretch. 85-78. 25 points for Zubair Lee, 21 for Arquise Claiborne. Anguelov drives inside Mate. Puts a stop to that, back out to Matthew Spratley. 24 points for Matthew Spratley, 23 for Anguelov for the Ospreys. Goes off of Claiborne, it'll stay with the Ospreys. 85-79. Eagles trailed by as many as 21 points. Armstrong-Thomas hands it off to Anguelov. Eagles need to stop here. Anguelov, floater, is good again. Anguelov has been lights out off the bench for Stockton. Williams to Claiborne. 8-point lead again, and a foul on Devin Johnson. Eagles need to take advantage here with the Ospreys in the double bonus. Any foul is going to result in free throws. It's an 8-point game again. 2 free throws make it 6. First shot is up and good for Arquise Claiborne. 87-80. 22 points now for Arquise. Eagles looking to find a way to steal a win here after being outplayed a majority of this game. They've woken up in this second half. 2 for 2 is Arquise Claiborne from the line, and it's 87-81 Stockton. Stops are crucial now in this juncture of the ball game. As the great Sixers commentator Mark Zumoff used to say, buckle up, we're coming in for a landing. 87-81, 4 minutes to play in regulation. Campbell guarded by Mate and Hernandez. Campbell back out to the top of the key and gets it over to Matthew Spratley. Matt Spratley for a screen from Armstrong-Thomas, he gets it. Ball's on the ground. Shot clock violation. Eastern plays great defense to get the ball back with a chance to cut it down to as many as 4 with a 3 ball. Tell you what, 87-81, Stockton with the ball. Eastern with the ball. A chance to cut this down to 2 possessions. Into Hernandez from Anthony Williams. Here comes Hernandez, swings it back to Mate. Mate back to Hernandez, press broken. Hernandez gets it to Mate, and the Eagles will set up the offense. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 3:23 on the game clock. Eastern down by 6. Can they find a miracle win here and steal one at the nest? Claiborne gets it out to Hernandez. Hernandez, quick release 3, and it's off the mark. And Anguelov with the rebound, his 5th. 25 points for Anguelov. He leads the Stockton Ospreys. And Matthew Spratley the other way with a big bucket and a foul.
Also number 31, Anthony Williams. That's his first, team's 5th. Spradley at the line to shoot one.
89-81 now. Eagles got to within 6, but another big basket for the Ospreys. 27 points now for E.J. Matthews-Spradley. Eagles down by 9 again. Under 3 to play in regulation. One more time. Claiborne thought about a 3. Guarded by Jamar Johnson. Back out to Davin Hernandez. Hernandez to Zubair Lee, who's got 25 points. Lee, baseline, foul to the line. This should be a different ballgame if the Eagles had made more of their foul shots. But they continue to battle here. 2:39 to play. 90-81 and a chance to cut this down to 7 with a pair of free throws here from Zubair, who's got 25 points, 8 rebounds here tonight. Lee's shot is up, and it's good. 82 points now. Sherman comes in for Anthony Williams. So on the floor for the Eagles, it is Mate, Claiborne, Davin Hernandez, Zubair Lee, and Deron Sherman. For Stockton, Matthews-Spradley, Gaither Campbell, Jamar Johnson, and Anguelov. Second shot is up. It's bouncing around, but it goes in. 90-83. Eastern down by 7. Eagles need to string together some stops to get some buckets the other way. 90-83, Stockton with the lead. Eagles have battled back. They have not led since the first half. Anguelov pulls up from the foul line again. Anguelov, 27 points. 92-83. Lee over to Sherman. Sherman looking for a pass, goes to Zubair Lee inside. Guarded by Johnson, up, and a travel. Looked like it was going to be another basket for Lee, and they called a travel. Big turnover for Eastern, 2:11 to go in this one. Stockton will probably try to play keep away here a little bit. And a foul on Sherman. He's going to have to play a little. It's 1-1 now for the Stockton Ospreys. Anguelov was lights out, 27 points off the bench. 1-1 coming up here for the Ospreys. Young man at the line has been lights out. Martin Anguelov, his first shot is good. No surprise there. He's got 28 points for the Ospreys. Came into tonight's game averaging 6 points per contest. He's exploded here offensively. He's got 29. Not surprised when you see E.J. Matthews-Spradley was averaging 18. But an explosion for Anguelov. Zubair Lee for 3. Off the mark and rebounded by Armstrong Thomas. Anguelov again. Another rebound. Sorry, he did not get the rebound. It was Armstrong Thomas. Matthews-Spradley gets fouled by Hernandez or Sherman, one of the two. It's going to be on Sherman.
Foul number 2, Deron Sherman. That's his fourth. Team save.
The Eagles with a valiant comeback effort here. Got it to within 5 points after trailing by 21. But it's an 11-point lead of Matthews-Spradley and Martin Anguelov, who has 29, came into the game averaging 6 points per contest. He's got 29 here tonight. Matthews-Spradley shots off the mark, rebounded there by Claiborne. And now to Davin Hernandez. He'll cross the timeline. Hernandez all the way down to the cup, and it's blocked there by Eric Campbell. There's Arquise Claiborne. Zubair Lee finishes it up, garbage into gold. But 90 seconds Eastern time against them. Anguelov deflected there by the Eagles. Johnson's got it, and a foul on Nick Mate as Jamar Johnson will go to the line. Shoot 1-1. A lot of time off the clock there.
Jamar Johnson at the line to shoot 1-1. Then Johnson back in for the Ospreys.
Now Johnson. Chance to put this double digits again. Jamar Johnson's first shot's up, and it's good. It's back to a 10-point lead for Stockton, 95-85. So after giving up just 56 points on Tuesday to Salisbury, Stockton with 95 here. It's a 10-point lead again for Stockton. And one more puts it back up to 11 with 1:13 to play here in regulation. It's up. It's good. 11-point lead now. Jamar Johnson's got two, his first 2 points of the ball game. And the Eagles trail by 11, 96-85. Eagles have to hurry. Sherman, great take to the hoop. Back to 10-point lead again, 96-86. Davenport is almost ready to turnover, stepped out of bounds, trying to grab that ball. 104. He's probably going to play the foul game the rest of the way. So double technical, one on. So double technicals here.
For Zuberly, that's his third.
86-96 here.
And he's good set. AJ Matthews Spratley back in for Stockton.
Having a clock issue here, looks like. 1:04 to go. Looks like we're back now. 96-86. Eastern down by 10. 1:04 to play. Deflected. Ball's on the ground. And the Eagles jump ball. Eastern will have possession. (96-86). (29 points for Zubair Lee, 23 for Arquise Claiborne for Eastern. For the Ospreys, 29 for Martin Anguelov, 27 for E.J. Matthews Spratley. Eagles going to take a timeout. Score is 96-86. It's been the longest couple of minutes here in this ball game. The first half flew by like a breeze. The last couple of minutes of this game gone a little longer. 96-86, Eastern inbounds the ball under a minute. Eagles got to be quick. Hernandez into the cup. Can't finish. Rebounded there by Gaither. And it's on the ground. I think it's going to be a foul on Gaither. And another free throws coming up for the Eagles. Foul, I think it's going to be on Gaither here.
Foul number one, takes on Gaither. That's his fourth.
Zubair. (29) 6 of 39 from the line. Eastern has missed 13 free throws at the line tonight. They've taken 39 free throws and only hit 26, now 27. Zubair Lee up to 30 points for the Eagles, but the Eagles still trail here by 7, 96-89. So I think they might have fixed it because now it's saying 89. So I think that was what we were talking about. Ebony with a great point. I think we were down a point. We've got that figured out. 96-89 now. Jump ball possession, Stockton. Not sure, trying to not create the foul, just grab the ball. Smart move there by Eastern. 96-89, it's a 7-point game, 40 seconds. Eagles got to get a quick stop here. Probably going to have to commit a foul. Both teams are over the limit, so every foul now going to result in free throws. Barring anything crazy, it looks like Stockton will hang on. Oh, it's deflected! They've almost got a clean steal, but they're going to call kick the ball on Arquise Claiborne. Claiborne, great game tonight, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 31 points for Zubair Lee, and 9 rebounds. The Eagles trailed by as many as 21. They got to within 5 earlier in this second half, but have not gotten closer. Stockton hit big shot after big shot when Eastern looked to threaten to come all the way back. And again, barring anything crazy here, looks like Stockton will hold on to win. 32 and 8 seconds. And another timeout. (96-89), 32 seconds. Anguelov goes back to the line, chance to really put this game away. 29 points for Anguelov. First shot at the line is in. 30 points. And Anguelov came into tonight's game averaging 6 points per game. He's got 30 off the bench tonight for Stockton. 97-89. Eagles, a valiant comeback effort here in this second half. Got up to within 5, but the Stockton Ospreys hit their shots when they needed to keep it from Eastern getting closer. 97-89, Eastern trails by 8, 27 seconds. Sherman up and good, into the net, and one. The Eagles not going anywhere anytime fast. 98-91, Sherman will go to the line. I think it's 12 points for Sherman. I believe that might be his career high. Double check that after the game, but I think this is a career high for the youngster, sophomore guard, Deron Sherman. His shot is up and good. 98-92. Josh Harris checks in. Eagles down 6. They've continued to battle. Got to find a way to maybe get a turnover here without fouling. Angelov's got it. He'll cross the timeline. 19 seconds. He gets fouled by Mate. 98-92. It's a 6-point lead. And Anguelov, who's been lights out, goes back to the line. 31 points, 5 rebounds for Martin Anguelov.
Number 22, Drew Rogers, subbing for the Eagles.
So Harris comes out. Drew Rogers checks in for the final 17 seconds. The junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. 98-92. It's a 6-point lead for Stockton. Up. Shot is in for Anguelov with 32 points off the bench. Excellent performance for Martin Anguelov. Big part of the reason Stockton's going to come away here with a win and a chance to break 100 here. He'll get it. 33 points. 100-92. Highest scoring game we've seen here since last year's season opener with Rowan. Turnaround for the logo is good for Lee. And a timeout taken by the Eagles. And another timeout. Eagles continue to battle here. 7 seconds to play. 100-94. Crazier things have happened. The Eagles are going to have to get a turnover and a quick basket. So they're going to let it run. So that's going to do it. 100-94. Eastern's going to drop their second home game of the season to Stockton. 100-94. We'll be back.